Okay, Ted Cruz is hiring porn stars to act in his campaign ads. Not really, but there was a former softcore porn actress, and Lewis wants me to make that distinction. Softcore porn actress in a Ted Cruz presidential campaign ad. The Cruz campaign pulled the ad off the air after they figured out who one of these actresses was. The concept is Conservatives Anonymous. It's kind of like Alcoholics Anonymous. It's a parody of that. People meet to complain about having voted for Marco Rubio. You'll see that there's a woman in the video if you're watching. You'll hear her talking if you're listening. And she says, maybe you should vote for more than just a pretty face next time. Let's take a look at the video. Let's listen to it.
I voted for a guy who was a Tea Party hero on the campaign trail. And then he went to D.C. and played patty cake with Chuck Schumer and cut a deal on amnesty.
Does that make you angry?
Angry? Makes me feel dumb for trusting him.
Maybe you should vote for more than just a pretty face next time.
Right.
You guys have room for one more?
So that's...
Come on in. Come on in.
Amy Lindsey, who is, she has quite a track record of appearing in softcore pornography. Her greatest hits include Kinky Sex Club, MILF, Sex Spa 2. Lewis hated Sex Spa 1 and 3, but 2, not a bad movie. Carnal Wishes, Animal Lust, and Lewis's favorite, merely for the cinematography, Insatiable Obsession. So her social media accounts feature pictures of her hanging out with porn star Ron Jeremy and of her promoting the movie MILF and blah, 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 blah. Weirdly enough, she also played the woman who married the Doctor in the alternate timeline in the finale of Star Trek Voyager, widely considered to be the worst of the Star Trek series. And I am considering Enterprise in that as well, Lewis. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is a crazy story, right? The Cruz campaign issued the following statement about Amy Lindsey, saying, the actress responded to an open casting call. She passed her audition and got the job. Unfortunately, she was not vetted by the casting company. Had the campaign known of her full filmography, we obviously would not have let her appear in the ad. The campaign is taking the ad down and will replace it with a different commercial. I have to tell you, Lewis, I don't really care about this. I mean, there are extensive pictures of more than one of Trump's wives doing relatively scantily clad modeling. And also, this is softcore pornography from years ago, which is basically equivalent to what you see in Game of Thrones now. I mean, if someone appeared nude in Game of Thrones in a simulated sex scene, would we say that that person is morally bankrupt and therefore any campaign that has that person in their ad? I mean, I think this is funny because of the so-called moral majority that these candidates claim to have. But quite frankly, this is like a non-starter for me. Who cares? This woman did nothing wrong.
Yeah. I'm with you. I don't care at all. But Ted Cruz has to pretend to care.
Yeah.
He probably really doesn't care because that's who he has to appeal to.
My biggest problem with this woman is that apparently the actress herself, Amy Lindsey, is conservative. And I can only assume if you would consider voting for most of the Republican candidates right now, somewhere your common sense is not quite right. That's my biggest problem. Don't care about the softcore porn. I don't think the Cruz campaign did anything wrong. I think they have nothing to apologize for, but they've backed themselves into this corner, and it is hilarious to see it explode in their faces. And the funniest part is when they say, had we known she appeared nude on camera, we never would have included her in a campaign, regardless of whether her beliefs coincide with ours, which they seem to do. That's the funniest part about the Cruz sort of mea culpa on this.
Yeah, it's interesting. I am curious about her beliefs now because socially, you might think that someone like that is liberal.
Yeah.
But perhaps she just really feels very strongly about immigration or something like that.
Maybe that's her big issue. Yeah, I don't know. All right, we will be talking about this on our Reddit discussion forum at davidpakman.com/Reddit. That's REDDIT. After the break, we will explore where the idea of a 40-hour work week came from, and if it's the most logical work week configuration. That's next. Gamefly is sort of like Netflix for video games. They have over 8,000 new and classic games for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, Wii, and a bunch of other platforms. And you can play as many games as you want for one monthly fee. And if you find some games you want to keep, you can buy them for a low used price. There's never any due dates or late fees, and our audience can get a free 30-day trial at gameflyoffer.com/TDPS.
The games are shipped directly to you with return envelopes included. There's no contracts, and you can rent games through the mobile app. Get the free 30-day trial for the David Pakman Show audience and support our show by going to gameflyoffer.com/TDPS.